They're sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on a national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
They'll run here with a rookie. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Johnson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
A gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Intended for Luke Schoonmaker. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Now Prescott. A throw left sideline for is incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott from the gun. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Oh, good move. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Krosky-Merritt to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Second and 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Johnson. Yeah, to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, that's kind of one of those we saw developing and had interception written on it from the second that ball left his hand.
And if you're going to throw a floater like that, it really only works if you're leading a tight end on a flag route or something to the corner of the end zone. If you're going to throw a ball like that to the sideline, you're just giving the defender way too much time to make a read on it, step in, and make the play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This defense better wake up. 2 plays on this drive, and they're already right here.
So far, they've had no answers. So right now, if I'm calling defenses, I'm thinking about how do I free up my best player, my best tackler, and try and create a big play to stop some of this momentum.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. It is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Commanders 3.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards, Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd and 3. He hits more on the screen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Krasky Merritt. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Prescott now. Javonte Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Washington ready to try again on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Johnson throwing to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And a Washington first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get him.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Donovan Ezeraku in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Under pressure, they got him again. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Johnson. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throwing a slant pattern here complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
A gain of 8 there on the play. Yeah, that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
2-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Javonte Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Commanders 3.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And they open the lead out now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Commanders' offense set to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
This 2nd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll look to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They run forward with McNichols. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Williams to start the drive. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Prescott to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Aubrey now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Commanders back out late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky Merritt. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Johnson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The former third overall pick, Quinton Williams, there to bring him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll try and do this himself. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. They work now on 2nd and 9. Handoff, running left is Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Dak on the option left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 8. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Able to slither by. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on 1st down. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On 1st down, it's Krosky Merritt. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Here's Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
At the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
That is caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there. And
he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Johnson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Commanders are able to at least get 1 score back.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Jake Moody now for the point after. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 101 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Caught left side, Williams. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Prescott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The busy night continues for Williams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Again, it's Krosky-Merritt. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Johnson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 71 yards. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Moody. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Jake Moody.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much. But what they did get was enough for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Prescott off play action. Finds Pickens out right. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Cowboys, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now a 2nd and 2. Throwing, Prescott. They'll drop this down to Williams, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through.
Well, you've been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Aubrey now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. That's Samuel caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
To the right side and caught by Simmons. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Quentin Williams able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Johnson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.